welcome back to Chelley&Nay, where you know when we're on.
It's poppin', y'all.
If you're new to our channel, welcome. We love you already.
So guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but I feel like Chelley and I have noticed. I feel like Chelley, sorry, I don't know why we're laughing. Maybe we know why we're laughing, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to be pregnant right now, having babies. Even a lot of the like YouTubers that we watch, like that we are personal fans of, we notice are getting pregnant and they're having babies, and it's really exciting for them because, you know, a lot of people that we follow, that's like the journey they're on right now, and they've been striving to have a baby or have babies, so that's really exciting for them.
So all of that being said, the question has been brought up to us several times, when it's going to be our turn, when are we having a baby? So we figured we would just do a short video on the topic, but before we get into that, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you're nasty, and don't forget to
tell your besties, you guys. Tell everyone you know about Chelley&Nay, because we're on the road to 4K, you guys.
Almost there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. The 3K like mark has been a little rocky, but you know, we're still in it for the long haul.
And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. And if you want to support us further, please look in the description down below for a few links that you can support us at by buying some JAVY coffee or purchasing my book.
Get into it.
So the pressing question and the juicy topic. Are we having a baby? All right, stand up and show them, Nay. Psych! Oh my gosh.
Just kidding, you guys.
No, you guys, we are not having a baby, and we do not plan on having any children.
No plans to have children because we do not want children, not because of any necessary life circumstances or anything like that. We just do not want children.
Yeah, it's funny though, because a lot of our friends and sometimes even family, they'll approach us with the question, but they kind of lead up to it like,
can I ask you something? I don't want to offend you, but can I ask you something?
And then they'll ask about children, and we're personally not offended by the question. You guys can honestly ask us anything. We don't care. We're pretty good with all that stuff. But the answer is no, for just our own reasons. Like, there's nothing major like that's stopping us from doing it or whatever. It's just not something that we want or feel that we need in our lives. And that wouldn't be fair to bring another human into the world when we don't genuinely want it, because I know a lot of people, and you know a lot of people, that they live for it. Like, it's a huge thing to have kids, and a lot of people look at it as their legacy and this and that and so many other things. And Nay and I just honestly just want to be with each other. Like, from now until the end and beyond. That's it.
Definitely. And you know, it's not anything negative to say about people who, couples or a single individual who do want children or who does want children. It's just definitely not in the cards for us. Chelley and I, we have so many plans and life goals and dreams that we want just for us, and we just can't see a child fitting into that also. I feel like our plans very much revolve around each other, and we just don't necessarily want to make the space and time for a child. And I think, you know, like, that's just us being super real and honest with you guys. Like, again, there's nothing like wrong with it. Like, it's not like we're like, oh my god, like, ew, anything like that. It's really just like, it doesn't work with our lifestyle, and it's just not a priority. If something is a priority, then, you know, you will kind of live the rest of your life around that. But Chelley and I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, you guys, we do love kids. Like, we have kids in our family, nieces, nephews, cousins. We used to foster also, just like all those things. I work with kids, that's what I do, and that's what I've done my whole life. And it's just, there's no, for me, there's no desire. I think that's the word I'm looking for. There's no desire to have children of my own. And I think a big part of it too is that Nay and I can't have a baby even by accident. Like, you know, we don't need to prevent it, and we can't have a baby even by accident. So if it was something that was able to happen and it just naturally was like, oops, we're having a baby, we already discussed that obviously that could never happen, but if it were something that could happen, we would obviously, we see it as that it was meant to be at that point. So that's something like Nay was saying, you make room for it in your life, you love, and you know, you make that your life, like that's your next chapter. But we can't physically and biologically do that. So for us, there's no sense in going to all these lengths to make it happen. I know there's so many options these days, but we just, again, it's just not something that we value enough to, because it's a lifetime commitment, right? And the only lifetime commitment and lifelong commitment I want is with Nay, and that's it. And maybe some people will take that as selfish or whatever people take it as, but again, it's just your preference. I know people that never had kids and they're already in their 60s, 70s, and they live their best life. Like, it's not for everyone. Like, everybody in this world is different, and but if we could have a baby, though, that baby would be fire. We'd have to lock it up. Baby, I
think. But you know, like, just to snowball off of what Chelley was saying, is that, you know, if being selfish in this case, I think is super important, because selfish people bringing a child into the world wouldn't actually make any sense. Like, it just wouldn't even be suitable. It wouldn't be what's in the best interest of the child. Like, Chelley and I are very selfish with each other and in terms of our relationship, so why would it make sense for us to have a kid anyways, you know? And again, we don't feel like we're missing out, because we do have so many kids in our families, our extended families, and she works with kids, like she said, we foster, like there's so many things, and I feel like those are blessings enough for us, and we're happy to have kids in our lives. We just don't want to have to actually be solely responsible for one at this point in time. Who knows? I mean, it is possible things are going to change, but I very highly doubt that. The way Chelley and I know each other, and the way we are both so similar, like we are very, very much alike and on the same page with this. I mean, I just like to never say never, because you really
Me too, and that's what we always say. I was gonna mention that too. It's funny that Nay brought it up, because I want to mention the exact same thing. We never say never, because things change. People, you know, develop and grow and change our minds, and we're allowed to do that. But we haven't changed our minds in years, you know, and I don't know. And it's something that we discussed before we got together. I brought it up, I remember. I think we were at a health food store, and I was just like, by the way, I want to talk to you about something. Remember?
Were we?
Yeah, we were at Healthy Planet, and I just brought it up, and you were like, oh God, yeah, like.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. I was like, geez, no.
Yeah.
Heck no.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And I think when you are with that person, you will feel if you want kids or not. Some people just know before they even get with anybody that, yeah, I want kids, and some people decide to do it on their own, you know, and that's totally fine too. Like, every person is different, and that's great. I think it's important though, before you get into a relationship or a marriage or a long-term commitment, that at some point you discuss it, because once you're in and you figure out, oops, this person that I'm with doesn't want kids and I want kids, that's a huge factor, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it, and that's concerning, right? So I'm just glad that we had the conversation, and we also had the conversation. We have so many conversations, it's crazy, like just hypothetical things, like, oh, what if one day I wanted to transition, like, gender, right? And then we were talking about that, and we had such an open discussion about, like, I love being who I am, and Nay loves being who she is, but we were just, again, talking hypotheticals, and I love that we do that so often. It'll just be so random. We'll be sitting there and we'll just ask each other, what if this? And then we kind of just say to each other, it makes us think, because it's like, you have to do that, to be honest. You have to think of hypotheticals, because, again, let's bring it back to having babies. Let's say you have a child. Before you had that child, did you think in your mind, what if this child turns out to be gay, or what if this child turns out to have exceptional needs, or what if this child turns out to have issues that I didn't even think of, because I didn't sit down with myself and my partner and think, am I going to love and accept this child no matter what? Because a lot of people surprisingly don't, and they end up not being able to handle it. And my thing is that if you're gonna bring a child into the world, you just have to be ready for whatever they're gonna be, right?
That's the perfect way to say it, I think, babe.
And I feel like in that sense, you and I are open. Like, if it was ours, it's ours no matter what.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Like, there's nothing, like, if we had a kid and we were actually taking that leap, I feel like it would just be like, yeah, like whatever happens, and you know, that's what we're deciding on. But and this is just another side fact, but I just think it's so crazy that people could want kids so badly, and then, you know, should something maybe not go as planned, it would be like, oh gosh, like maybe I made the wrong decision or whatever. And you know, you don't see that too often, but it's like sometimes it does happen, and it's scary that, you know, it's just one reaction or one decision or one missed conversation could kind of make your life go one way or not one way. And it's just like a whole thing, guys. Like, and this is why Chelley was saying that we have so many discussions about so many random things, because these are important things, especially when you are committed to a life partner. Like, you kind of have to be ready for all the things. So
yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah, so that's our answer, you guys. Like, if you guys have any questions like that, don't be afraid to ask us. Like, just because we don't talk about it openly, it's just like, we talk about it with each other all the time. Again, we'll just be sitting there and be like, hey, what if one day I don't know,
lost 4 fingers?
Yeah, like what would you do? How would you feel? Like, you know, so it's just we have these conversations all the time, so it's nothing that's like shocking or offensive. We're not gonna be like, oh my god, don't talk about that, don't ask me that. We're not like that. So just go for it, you guys. You guys have our contact info. You have our email there in our about section on our YouTube, if you didn't know that. Our email's there. All of our social medias. You guys can drop your comments down below. And yeah, I hope that nobody takes offense to anything we're saying. At the end of the day, I don't mean anything negative by us not wanting children. It's just our choice. We have nothing against children or anything like that. It's just our choice. Like, I want to travel the world with her and just Nay alone, you know? And just live. And kids are expensive. I look at our parents and I'm like, damn,
like,
sorry.
how do they do it? Like, who
they have
our parents?
3. My parents have 3, and her parents have 3.
And I'm like, well, we can barely do us too sometimes, you know? So I'm just like, you know, it is crazy. And just like any decision you make in life, like, I hope that, you know, you guys will also respect this video too, because it is our choice, it's our life, it's our bodies also. And, you know, we are the least judgmental people ever. So, you know, like, when we meet people or come across people that do things the opposite way we do, where, you know, they desire children and we don't, you know, we are not judging also. Like, we're the furthest thing from that. And you guys know us by now, you know, we're very, very open, very, very accepting. We just wanted to kind of just explain like our ideals like on the topic, you know, because I feel like we've never had a discussion like this before with the Kedz. So yeah, so we just wanted you guys to be in the know.
Yeah, and I know we actually have had a few comments as well. So the question has come from our family and friends, but also there's been a 1-2 time where somebody's commented, when are you guys having babies? And it's just like, okay, may as well just make a short video out of it. Hopefully this video is short. I don't even know how long we've been blabbering on for, but
feels like 8 miles.
Yeah. Before we close out, I just wanted to say also, like, just to throw Nay and my craziness in there, because the way that we would have to have a child, they would have somebody else's DNA, so it would either be half me and somebody else, or half Nay and somebody else, and not Nay and mine together. We would be like,
we hate that. Yeah, especially Chelley, because she's psycho.
I'm just kidding, but I'm not being serious, you guys. But you guys know what I mean.
That is a part of it too. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, having a child means, you know, the two of you's love is creating something. You know, and it's like, and again, it would still be that way. We are not taking that away from any family couple that needs to do that, or that's their only means of having a child. I think that is still, it's so beautiful that there are options for every unique situation. We just aren't comfortable with that, you know? So
we just want to love each other for the rest of our lives and only each other.
And that's it, y'all.
That's it. We just want to be Chelley&Nay, not Chelley&Nay and baby.
Plus, and baby. I would say like +1, +2, bye-bye. But yeah,
you guys. So there you have it. That is it. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. We love you so much. If you have any other questions for us, drop them down below, DM us, email us, whatever. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell if you're nasty, and don't forget to.
I got a really nice.
I heard that.
Wow. Tell your besties, you guys. Tell everyone you know about Chelley&Nay, because we're on the road to 4K and beyond.
Beyond. And in the meantime, we're gonna just pretend to make babies. Nah! Later, cats! Don't forget to check out our latest videos.